Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. My shit isn't on, but I'm ready. Here we go. Okay, we're going to continue today with more Tales of Arise. I'm kind of hoping that either today or tomorrow I'll be able to beat it, just so that way I can move on to other stuff. Other than that, I haven't played in a few days, so I do apologize. I mean, not that it matters in a playthrough, but I did say I would kind of beat it by a certain point. How do I go back to the farm again? Oh, here we go. I did say I would try to beat it, and my sound is delayed, so I'll fix that in a second. But I think I'm still on pace. I think I still got a good amount of time, but it would be just good for me personally, just because it's a Tales game. I usually don't take this long to beat them, but I wasn't really feeling this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Made it.
Okay. We have rats. Okay, I guess rats can go in your barn for some reason. Even though we have cats, I don't get it. We need like super cats, I guess. Okay, so we'll do the usual. I guess when you use different kinds of feed, that's when other things might show up. It's fine. It's whatever. Okay. Don't worry, we're getting more than enough anyway.
Recipe now.
Great. I'll let you
Wait, do we? That's not the right thing.
that.
No, we're missing 2 white, soft, and fluffy objects, which I have no clue what that's for. So that's just them talking progress. So if we go back to the Wonder Bard in Mahag-Saar, and we need to go do the Estaluva Forest thing as well. I think that was like the one thing I was going to do, because we're running out of side quests to do. Like I said, this game doesn't really have a ton of side quests. Pretty much right now is like the best time to do most of them. Which is kind of why the game's a little fucked up, in my opinion. It would be great if the side quests were more smoothed out to try to alleviate some of the money issues of the game. But I feel like it's always just better to just give money through battling and through other stuff, and like leave that to experience, right? Because you wouldn't want people to become too over leveled, but if you have a money problem, it just ties back into everything. It becomes a whole mess that I don't really like in the games that don't do this.
How's this?
I knew you were up to a challenge. This is indeed the legendary instrument that slumbers in these lands. It's just a rod I was using. No, amigo, is a rod you were destined to use, and with her you shall perform feats that shall inspire legends. So that was really the instrument we were after? So you're saying I should fight with this thing? Take her and go forth into the world, achieve your grand destiny you were born to fulfill. Alright, if you insist, it's got a unique curvature to it, but I'm sure I'll get used to fighting with it over time. Pardon me, I'll have to learn all of its unique bends by heart. I might even have to change what parts I use depending on if I'm attacking or defending. Are you perchance being serious? You should work at my palace, nay, you should consider joining us on our journey. You should come along with us. If there are any other legendary instruments, I'd definitely like to know. I must go where the wind blows. I leave it up to you to bear witness.
Darling.
Okay. Don't do anything with her I wouldn't do. What a fucking weird quest. Sure. I guess it's for, this is like one of those artifact items.
I can't believe you managed to shoo off that irritating bard.
Had we brought him along, it would have livened up our journey considerably.
You know, maybe you're right. We could have hit it off.
Yeah, and the two of you could be irritating together.
Oh, thanks. That's real nice of you. Where is it under? It's not under field. No, it is under field guide. The Quivering Candles. From Genji and the Heki clans? I have never heard of that game. Is it 1 damage? I think it is. I guess it's either more or 1 damage. I don't know which I had before, so whatever. That's kind of cool. I like that you could find these items. It's just like, I can't imagine there's a ton of them. Oh, you cannot fast travel there. Okay. Is there some reason I didn't do this before? Oh, you just can't warp in here at all. Okay, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna have to remember how to play because it's been a few days. But if we can't do anything else, and I'm not doing all the grinding side missions and stuff, right? So, like, this is Find the Owls. I didn't look it up. I'll admit it. I didn't look it up. I have no clue where they are. I'll give one more run through, and then that'll be it. This is the one I'm going to now. I don't really want to do this because, as you see, it's more of a money thing. Golden Suit of Armor is another artifact, probably. clearing this is just high level, and then this is just for probably the best recipe in the game, which I don't even know what white, soft, and fluffy is supposed to be. So these are our last 6 side quests. I mean, I could do 2 of them, maybe. I could definitely do this one, and then the other one is grinding, and the rest are just not worth it. Like, I'm not even gonna look it up. That's exactly what I'm not going to do. Is I'm not gonna look it up.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll usually do most side quests in a game. This is one of those times where I just will not. I think we have to go to B1. We have to go to B1 and jump down. But yeah, like, usually I do most side quests in a game. You know, like, just sometimes in RPGs, they have these really annoying ones they want you to do if you want to run around and find a whole bunch of stuff. Usually I skip those. Even in, like, Assassin's Creed and stuff, I skip those. So, that's not so much on this game. That's just more the type of game that we're playing, which is just, like, intentionally long and grindy. Nice. Are we fully healed? Okay, well, I'll save. Let's save over this. What day is it? Yeah, it's been a while. I know. It's been like a week, actually.
That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy.
We didn't kill these guys already? What level are we? I don't even remember.
Coming through.
This might be annoying.
It's like trying to keep up with
Oh, great. They're these enemies. Okay, well. I think we got close to... She's almost dead already. Are you serious? We just fucking started. We just fucking started, dude. Ooh, that's a nice move. I like that move. That was an attack? I didn't even see it. It was a shockwave attack again.
You need to be careful with the blazing sword and with your thorns.
Yeah, that's why I didn't fight these guys before. This is annoying as shit. I remember now. Like, this is the fight. Wow, okay. Yeah, I did change this actually. Yeah, I changed that off of destruction. I think it just does a lot of damage. I don't think it does anything special. So basically this whole fight is just going to be every other attack, he just gets to interrupt what we're doing. It doesn't even do a ton of damage. It just stops us from being able to combo him. I don't have it? Shit. And of course they never stagger, by the way. I like that we kind of split up the team, so we're both, like, both teams are fighting one of the monsters, so that way, like, they're not just doing whatever. So that's actually pretty good. Where is he? Where the fuck is he? Oh. I thought it was above me in the air. I was gonna say. Alright, I think this wore off. Let's see if we can put it on them. I guess they're immune to it whenever they're in Mystic Art, so... Oh! Wow, that was... Why am I even surprised? Okay. We'll be fine. Okay, she's gonna cast Resuscitation on him. That's actually perfect. Oh, they delay the fucking hit. Well, I survived with no HP. I don't really want to use items, though. I really don't. I should use peach shells, because they don't really matter. I think it's all about lemon now. Which one's the weaker one? Actually, they're both at, like, 50. And this isn't the one that's gotten staggered, either. That might be the worst attack to have to fucking perfect dodge, because it doesn't even look special.
And just like that, I'm back in
Okay. I will not stagger him, I don't think. Nope. Alright, let's fight the other guy while we wait for this dude to run out. Alright, so he's at 50, so now he'll enter Mystic Art. So that, I guess that's the difficulty of the fight, is that they both can enter Mystic Art. I'm sorry, over limit. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Because their over limits aren't random. Ours are. Go figure. Okay. He was actually staggered, but that's because of the over limit. I'm sorry, I can't... Dude, I don't even remember the fucking terminology of this franchise.
Sorry. I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for if we can't depend on one another?
Okay.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
No. And then he does this as soon as I push for it.
I couldn't make it in time.
We're fine. In fact, let's res her before they waste... What's it called on her? Yeah. See, like, the problem is, like, I don't want to attack this guy when he's doing this.
I've used too much.
Alright, we're gonna have to use an orange shell. There's no way around it.
Watch yourself. I sense incredible power.
I hate this guy. Like, we're gonna win. It's just, I don't want it to cost items.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
Every fucking time, dude. That shit is hilarious. Oh, god damn it. Just pick me up. Well, at least life bottles are on the cheaper end of what you have to buy. I guess that's the only consolation.
We've got him where we want him. It's time to end this battle.
Okay, I could have died from that, actually.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Okay, I got the second one. See, I can't tell if that's the fireball attack or if that's going to be the stun attack that they do. Let's see if I can stop him. No, okay.
No further. You're mine. Dragon Sword.
I hate that it wears off whenever they go into over limit. Like, I guess it makes sense. I kind of wish it would be reapplied to them after they get out of it, but whatever. I'm telling you, this attack is going to be really good. If you could land it, it's going to be better than destruction. Are you fucking serious? Thank you. Kill him.
Say no more.
Here, let me help.
Now, take it.
I'm your deck, Dohalia. Then tonight's meal is on you. Good God. What to make?
Alright, we are out of CP, but I don't want to really spend anything. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather take whatever hits I need to here and just not spend anything. See, it wouldn't be so bad if you didn't get staggered to fucking death. That's really what it would be. Is if you got to go through stuff, it would be fine. But they just get to go through whatever gets thrown at them. It's annoying, to say the least. It wouldn't be so bad if you got to play by the same rules, because they just walk through shit.
On the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Okay, we'll take this and we'll leave. There's nothing else. Then that's it. We could leave. Here we go. He's right at the square. Perfect. That's what I mean. Like, in most other Tales games, the enemies usually play by the same rules. Like, usually you could just do whatever the hell they want, and they can do whatever you want, but whoever gets staggered first kind of loses the stagger war, which is the whole point. Right. These guys just get to walk through everything, but at this point, that's been my whole fucking game, dude. Alright.
You don't say.
Those hopeful things will return to the good old days. Thanks for listening.
Right.
Why don't you meet Dadime's mom? I'm sure she saw the blazing sword in his pals that'd cheer her up.
Agreed.
Okay, sure. I wonder what the lucky cat statue does. Yeah, we got more than enough money to get back what we spent. I'm not concerned about that.
You've collected an awful lot of those objects. You sure it's not just
Hush. Be quiet for a moment.
I love playing Namco Bandai games.
Pieces speak to me.
What?
These relics that have scattered about, I can hear them whispering, longing to reunite with their lost friends and become one again.
Really? Do you hear any voices coming
I
from
forget
him,
these two
Rinwell?
are in the game, by the way.
What? No! Don't get me wrong. I'm really interested in these things too, but I'm not crazy.
But don't you sometimes mutter stuff like, "Come to me, astral energy," when you cast your arts?
You're right. Oh my gosh. Are Dohalim and I actually alike?
Its charm really shines through now that it's been reassembled. Its streamlined shape, its geometric
It's a cat
patterns.
statue.
This is no mere amateur's work.
He's in his own little world at this point.
You get just like him when it comes to weapons, you know.
You're right. Oh my gosh. Am I just like Dohalim?
Huh? Why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden?
They're all thinking about it.
My
Great.
treasure. What a sweet sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
Let's see. Let's see what it even does. Let's see. A statue of a cat said to attract good luck. The feelings or ton frame suggest the owner had a penchant for. It's what was the cat from Xillia 2? Rolo? Rolo? SP boost increases SP earned from battle by 20%. Actually, what's it from? Yeah, they don't tell you. It's from Xillia 2, I'm pretty sure. Unless it's just a generic cat statue. But I'm pretty sure this is what Rolo looked like. If I can even remember. I played Xillia 2 so long ago, man. That was one of the few games where I actually really did well with Mystic Arts. Like, even though, like, it was kind of complex, I had a good system down, like a good rotation of inputs
Looks like we
to
get
get it
sleep with a
out
roof over our
constantly.
heads.
Okay. I want to cook. We'll be fine. Okay. Save. We need to buy items again. Which one are you? This one. Okay. You can buy pineapple. It's 9,000 a pineapple. That's ridiculous. Come on. This will buy a couple of these, just because. And lastly, what? You think a couple lemon gels? And I think 2 orange gels. Oop, I should have sold those, my bad. Yeah, there's your disposable money, by the way. Like, at least if you could argue, like, if these cost something, it would be kind of good. But they don't. Oh, this might be good to transform. Scaled crystals. Okay.
You can never be.
All right, we have Atonement Edge. I think we have everyone's best weapons. Yeah, we do. So we need to show Nature's Beauty. We have Nature's Beauty. Right? Let's see if we could turn this in for credit. And then they want to show the rarest book, which I have no clue what that is. Bizarre Megacores.
To prepare.
Okay.
But did we have to spend?
Yes, I hate that line more than anything. You definitely have to. 50% chance to revive. 50% chance to have an Arts AG cost, which probably would allow for some serious breaking of the game if you could. Where's the Scale Crystal? Okay, here we go. Reduces physical attack damage. Yeah, this is reducing your damage, right? It's not reducing damage dealt to you, it's reducing yours, right? Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Maybe this is just it. I don't know. I don't want to experiment. Increases damage dealt to counter-attacking enemies by 30. I mean, like, this is good anyway. Like, if that's what this does, it increases your defense and also raises your attack. This is one of the better things I could probably make. But is it worth the money? I don't think so, honestly.
So much?
Okay. Let me go... Oh, hold on. We have to do the quest with the what's-his-name's mom. Because we really, really feel bad for him. Obviously. Just on the other side of town. We feel so bad for Dodime. Let me move my mic. I've been trying to like get the sound to be a bit better as of late, so forgive me. For sometimes I sound distant, sometimes it's too close. Rarely it's too close, but when it is, I'm like, damn, that was like swallowing the fucking mic. So.
Huh? I think someone's calling out.
It's like he's not coming home. Oh, she doesn't know. Black Owl was looking for has flown off somewhere. She used to be so attached to my son. One of the few things he left behind after he passed away, and all the oh, she does know that. Okay. If I've lost the owl forever, alright. We'll go search for your owl.
Well...
My thanks.
You're Renner, are you sure it's alright for you to be helping a Dan? Do you have reservations about soliciting help from me? She'll be back. Okay, a black eye patch. So we get the item from him first.
I can't say I'm impressed. You're making promises too freely. And that last exchange.
Niaz is beset with grief. As a responsible Renan.
Yeah,
it falls
responsible.
to me to extend my hand.
Love this
I
guy.
don't think it should be your burden to take on.
Oh, this isn't a black owl. That's like purple or whatever. He gave up. He needed a break.
Yeah.
Who says the... Oh, okay. So
I
west.
see.
Owl Forest. Okay, well, we have to go to the Owl Forest. Never mind. At least I will say, if you're going to have a game this reliant on fast travel, thank the Lord these consoles pump this shit out way fast.
Well...
These 3 new owls arrived recently. Yeah, it was the Jet Black.
Oh!
Good.
Yeah.
So here you go. Apparently our friend here was only visiting, so it's okay to bring her home. He wants to give us a present. We have to take one of these things home with
I
us.
see.
The little basket.
What?
It's an Omega Elixir. Okay.
My thanks.
Did you see what they said there? I skipped it. We will hope we'll use it to heal a dire injury or to sell for money. They know. They fucking know. I kind of like the golden owl, actually. Gold and silver look pretty good.
Well...
Alright. I mean, for such a short quest, we got something pretty good out of
They
it.
get along so well. Was it really right for
Which
them
one's
to separate?
Cyslodia again? This is
It was his
Cyslodia, right?
choice.
Yeah, I got all the
He
Cyslodian
ultimately chose
owls.
the lady over his friend. I can only hope this helps her in her recovery.
Okay, we have everything from other place. So there's more in that area. Maybe this is the final one. I don't know. I'll give a run through of some of these areas. We have Ganef Harros, Lava Place. No, Menencia we're good, and Mahagsar. So I don't know where I could have missed one, right? Like it tells you when you enter the area. So that's interesting. I guess I'll have to mess around and figure it out. I don't know. And don't worry, I'm sure one of them you can't even get till the end of the game anyway. So maybe I'm overthinking it.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Kind of sucks. You have no turtles, no nothing, man. All the cool references are just not in this game at all. How disappointing. So the people, I want to tell you something. Found not one owl, but 3.
Huh?
So the R2 came back with her son's owl as well. It would appear, yes. Nice big basket. There was food for making sandwiches inside. My son must remember how I make them for all the time. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Only thing he'd ever eat, because he could do so with just one hand. Dodime, yeah. He used to run some sort of gang, the Darkwings. Told him it was too dangerous, but he wouldn't listen. Then one day he vanished without a trace. He wasn't the most thoughtful son, that's for sure.
Well...
I mean, but dude just told us about that. whatever.
So then,
See, like, it just feels creepy when she does that laugh over and fucking over again. Like, I don't know, man.
my thanks.
Cool. Oh my god, alright, sure. That's awesome, actually. I don't know. It might just be me, but I just really, really dislike the idea that it's just a bunch of text and just random gibberish over it. Art allows you to move around while casting arts. See, I was going to get this for the elemental attack, so I will. I'll get this just for the elemental boost, and then I'll start working on that for him. That makes sense. This is what, defense? Yeah, she needs more elemental defense, so I'm going to do this next. I don't really care about her elemental attack. Advanced solo. Eternal rivalry, never found that. And there's a bunch of fishing for her. Attack plus 50 will be the thing after this that I do. This won't take long at all. I'm gonna mop up some of these lesser ones, really, more than anything. Okay.
I still can't believe Deadeye was caring for these owls. Maybe he really was a nice guy once.
That's what the dude said in the last quest.
People are not born immutable. They change. And not always for the better.
Okay, let's go. So what am I missing? I'm missing one in Calaglia, of all fucking places. Like... Oh, this is where I have to go. Okay. Wolven Grotto. Yeah. So maybe each area has one. Did I ever find one in here? Let's take a look. I mean, I'm gonna just enter it.
Indeed.
If I don't get it, then whatever. It's not like I'm gonna use Rinwell for the end of the game anyway. I'm sure it's probably like a minor boost to her attack
Something
stats.
feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Yeah, see, there's nothing here. I'm just trying to think, where the fuck haven't I gone? Did I not go back to the Fagin Ruins? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's one inside the Fagin Ruins and I never went back. So because of that, I never found out if there was something in there or not.
Finally. If only we could have flown
Let's see.
with the wind to get here faster.
Nope.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
No Hoodle? Nope, nothing. Alright, so I don't think there's anything here then. Cave of Solitude. I think we already... No, wait, maybe we didn't check this. This is a fishing spot.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Okay. Yeah, then I don't know where this thing is. I don't really feel like chasing down loose ends for half an hour until I randomly get it. Let's go turn this in. Not this. Bibliophile. You cannot fast travel to the library. Thank you. I don't even remember where the library is. I think I gotta run through the courtyard. Alright, yeah, well, now we have Nature's Beauty, I think.
Good grief.
Alright, hey! Hey, Rinwell. It's got you all worked up, Bird. I ain't doing anything wrong. I just want to make sure you were still paying attention. Dusty Old Book is a valuable artifact, one I think was written right after the Great Conquest.
Well,
The Phantom Flower of Navira.
yeah.
Book claims a long time ago there used to be a beautiful flower along the banks that can only be seen at night.
Guess.
You want to go investigate and see if it's true?
Got it.
Thanks.
Okay, so it's a random side quest that you get from coming over here. Sure, I'm about to talk to this lady anyway. It'll save me a couple clicks.
That can't be. No.
Right? If it was gonna blow my clothes straight off. Look at him, really? Huh? All you boys are the same. Wouldn't you agree, handsome? Yeah, lighten up, Rinwell.
Oh?
Alright, so she read up on men and how their minds work. Okay, cool. Does she tell you where you get the last one from, at least? Nope. Alright. I guess it's gotta be like Rinwell's ultimate weapon you have to show her. So what was it? Navira Snowplains or something? Oh, I should probably save. It might be like a super boss or something. For all I know. Let me unplug this.
Hey, Alphen, you mind if we take a bit of a detour?
Sure. It's not like we were doing anything else anyway. No, we're very busy teleporting between the same 5 areas.
Rinwell says there's a phantom flower that grows around here. We want to look for it. It won't take long, promise.
A flower, huh? All right, let's take a look.
Yeah, I think we came over here once. I don't think there was anything to see.
Look out!
I told you it was gonna lead to a boss. Now what level is it?
What the hell is that? Hey, you want a piece of me?
Stay calm, Law. It's coming for us.
It's like a deer. Oh, it's level 54. So basically all the super bosses are level 54 in this game for the most part.
Had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry, I'll have this wrapped
Jesus.
up in a flash.
See, like, I really even think I could win a fight like this, too. Maybe.
As well, I'm here to stop it.
It's probably possible. I would just need to dump all of my resources to do it. Okay. You could probably stop that with Kisara. Yeah. I'm guessing this is its weak spot, even though it looks like it's on its chest. I don't have my thing. Oh, that's bad.
Thanks, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, Shion. I love you. Now is the best time. Wow. He's right through it. Who cares? That's my tank, by the way. I mean, it doesn't even seem like he really is that effective with his charge move. It's just he never staggers. So we can never actually use our AG on him. You cannot dodge cancel in this game, so, like, once you start an attack, you're pretty much committed to it. Hilarious.
All healed. I'll take you all on.
That's what I mean, like, I just feel like it's boring at this point. Because there's never any plan, there's never any reaction to them staggering. It's just whatever they want to do, they just get to fucking do. So, like, I'm just along for the ride until I can break them. Oh, instant death. I don't want them to use that. Let's use this. I could replace life bottles.
Looks like you came to my rescue again.
You need to be careful.
Alright. This is a 1/8 strike.
What did I tell you? Don't get in our way.
Don't worry, he's gonna start using Mystic Arts and over limit now. He has a roar move, of course. Oh shit! Dude, it's Xerneas! What the fuck? Bro, this is cool as shit. I don't care if I die, it's still cool as shit. This is fucking cool. This would be a cool boss fight. I'm just way too low level, so fuck it, I'm not gonna win. Instant death. Okay. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm not gonna waste my time doing this. Nope. What? I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. So this and the fucking slug are level 54. I would need to get like another 10 levels and then we'd be fine. It's not worth the time. Unstaggerable fucking bosses that just do whatever they want over and over. It also makes the battle boring because they just alternate between the same 3 attacks over and over and over again. So yeah, I like if shit didn't cost so much in this game, I would have no problem sitting there for 20 minutes knowing that whatever I do, I'm going to get all my stuff back. But like, because I know I'm basically, the more items I use, that puts me back like 2, 3, 4 hours of grinding potentially. I'm just not doing it. So it's not even that it's a hard fight. It's not that it would be impossible. It's just not worth me learning it, trying to figure it out, maybe take an attempt or two to do it. So fuck it. Then at this point, really the only thing left to do is let's just do the story, right? Because the only other thing I otherwise could do is grind and look up stuff. That's it. Those are my 2 things. I'd have to look this up. I'd have to grind for this. I'd have to look this up. Might not even be able to do it yet. I'd have to grind for this as well. I'd have to look this up, and I'd have to grind for this. So it's not really worth it. At this point, let's just do the fucking story. Oop, yeah, we can remove it. It doesn't matter. Where's the teleport button? It's square. Jesus. Well, I guess I should... No, there's a guy over here. Where is it? Calaglia. Yeah, we'll buy something. Maybe we can come back once we go.
Finally.
And that's how we'll get money and items and
With
experience.
the wind to get here faster.
So, no problem. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, like, what should I even buy? We'll buy 1 life bottle. How many do I have? We'll buy 2. We won't cap. Is my neighbor playing music? What the fuck is that noise? Yeah, they are. Okay, I was like, is that something in the game? Is that my computer or something? Huh, I was spooked for a minute. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, well, I'm going to make a save here. And then I guess I'll overwrite this as well if we need to do anything else. So, all right, let's chill. Looks like one of those Star Fox adventure holes.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis?
Yes.
After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken. And this is no picnic for me, either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good.
Yeah,
I don't
not
think
while we're
we'll
this
be able to
close,
avoid a
homie.
fight.
They have the starships.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana.
Yeah, these 2 are the
There are
exception.
those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegus. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay. Did we fall asleep like this? I guess so. I guess no one lays down.
Where? Xion?
Did she leave with the fucking ship? No, I think I saw the landing gear, right?
Where'd she
Yeah,
go?
okay, I was about to
How could
say.
she just go off on her.
Dude, she's right there. She's right there, man. You could see her. Where did she go?
Xion. Xion!
It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Alright, do it.
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
Dude, she can't kill you. It's not going to happen.
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Now that was a Chad move. That's right, I'll call your bluff. Wonder if she maybe put everyone to sleep. You know, like she cast a sleep spell because she can do ailments. So, maybe.
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time. The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
Yeah, let her fucking talk. I need to know.
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me.
Okay, she wants to die.
I have no idea why. But my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death.
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I
Poor
want to believe
Dohalim.
it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissalma was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
It's understandable.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans. Chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
These Tales games are getting so edgy.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first. But ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time.
Yeah, she's a weapon. She's a living
They
weapon.
don't anymore. Not since Lenegis. When the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
I'm guessing the Renans don't know about this, because that would mean they're in too.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissalma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all.
We could tell.
I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way. Alvin?
Bruh, he's been waiting all game to do this.
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else too.
I'm not seeing a negative here.
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys.
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope. Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, It seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns.
They're gonna play this. I'm gonna get
True
fucking
nature of
ID'd.
which I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
Yeah, that's probably what destroyed Lenegis in the first place, is the thorns went out of control.
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
Yeah, so please stop with the bitchy attitude.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone.
I don't know. Is this like an actual point of no return, or I don't know? Maybe we're coming back.
I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
If they don't kiss by the end of this game, I'm gonna be severely disappointed. For real. Alright. Let's talk to my boy.
The end of the world. It's hard to
Is it just the end of the world she's on, or is it the end of existence, like, universally?
As a friend,
who knows?
yes,
I don't know.
want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Well, that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelegion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
Yeah, are we lucky?
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth.
This guy should have been the main character.
Especially
I
when
fucking love him.
deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis.
Yeah, they're definitely not
As
down
for
here.
What the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
Okay. Can't wait to hear what Law and Kisara have to
How you
say.
holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Barely even felt
Oh,
it.
that was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still.
Yeah,
even
the
if
power
you
of love
yourself
shielded
might be
me.
willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them.
Yeah, he's got high pain tolerance. Remember that dude at the beginning got fucking... I don't think he got murdered. I think he became one of the characters in
You can say that
Calaglia.
again. It
He
may
got
be
knocked
normal
out.
for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her.
Could be
I hope
his
she gets
powers
what she
too, but
wants.
whatever. Yeah, who cares?
I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
Yeah, I'll protect my queen. Alright, Rimwell. This will be very relevant.
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that.
I like when they do these
All
flashbacks
this
in the
time,
scenes.
she
I
felt
think
like
that's
she
cool.
had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Somehow at the very end of this game, this shit turned into pure anime. Despite starting out like nothing like fucking anime.
Did you know?
What?
You mean about
gaming?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her. No matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Yes.
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he would be losing his shit at some of these revelations.
You've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry.
Think about how crazy that plot twist is in
To
Ganatheros.
deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. Obviously now we talk to Shion. I like that you can see like all the different areas from up here too, I think. That's kind of cool. It's kind of nice.
Hey, you doing all right?
I just tried to murder you, you know.
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend...
Damn, it took that long?
Shattered the wall that I'd built up around me.
I thought it happened like in Cislodia.
Until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two. And before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shionne.
But then, I realized... I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about.
This is gonna be a great quote when we get into our next fight.
So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future.
Bro, we should probably clear the shrubs off this thing.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shionne. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Dahnans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Okay.
Thank you.
She had the most blank face. I wasn't sure if she was going to tell him off or not.
There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
My god, just kiss already. Fuck's sake. Alright, cool.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
Dude, it doesn't look any different than what it is now. Alright, well... Am I ever going to want to watch that cutscene? No, okay. Let's go. Take off. Why is my phone... What happened?
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
That is a terrible name.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but, well, it's as
This
good
would be
as
cool
any.
if we were playing like an old school RPG where there's a world map to fly around. This would be the part of the game that would be like dope.
Okay, people.
Because it's
We
like,
have
it'll be
2 goals.
freedom. But yeah,
First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone.
that's never gonna
And
happen.
then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Then let's go.
I just hate how every JRPG got rid of a world map. Wait, no, wait a minute. When did we clean the ship off? This is bullshit. See, this would be the absolute coolest part of the game if it opened up and it became like a full-on, like, old-school world map. I miss those types of games, man. I think the only game I played recently that has that is Bravely Default 2, which I need to get back to.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean,
That the moon
just
landing was
look at
fake?
it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective.
Like a Star Ocean game now.
Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arriving.
Yeah, this might be our only
Good
base
idea.
camp.
The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down.
How do we know they won't shoot us down on approach?
Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
All right.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different.
My
Like
lifestyle.
in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
Okay, I guess this is the deploying pad. Yeah, okay. Let's talk to Kisara first. Maybe she'll find weapons or something. I'm guessing this
You
is the
okay?
pods that he was
Feeling
in.
airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea. thank
This is
goodness.
kind of a cool twist
Glad to
for a
hear it.
Tales game, though.
That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? Would that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now. and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you.
This really does feel like the final conversation before the final boss. Like,
well, we're
there's
not
no
out of this
way.
forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least
There's got to be like a final dungeon, for sure.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Alright. I like how the ship just was immediately clean, by the way. I'm never going to forget that part of the cutscene. Alright, what do these two have to say?
Hey, Alphen, listen to this. So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. After all that fuss he made about...
And here I was thinking she was going to be cool.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
Again, they could shoot us down. I don't know why no one thought of that.
I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana.
Yeah, but no one was
remember?
trying to shoot you down.
Oh,
It might be different.
That's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
I mean, whatever. Okay. And until I know I'm going back down, I'll save in the new
Must feel
slot.
like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegus like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea
same
pig
as
for their
him.
research.
You mean they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. Helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse. But then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
It's okay.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives.
Man, you're really hopeful nothing bad happens.
If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers.
Man, I wish I could be this much of a JRPG protagonist.
The true nature of our struggle.
A victory.
This dude
without losing.
regressed. This whole game
That means that
regressed.
Dan and victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this together.
All right, let's talk to my boy.
Is something wrong?
Dude, if this man is my pilot
I was
too.
really thinking how it had been 7 years.
Excellent.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality.
What a crazy
as any
7
other.
years.
Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
Yeah, I'm done. Let's go. I like how no one has addressed the idea that maybe they might not be so happy to see us. Like, they might be kind of assholes.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
Yeah.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renan ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing.
It's almost like the timing in this cutscene is off.
Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
Yeah, and that's probably our ultimate goal.
To answer for.
Everything else will kind of fall into place once we do that. Uh-oh. Missiles.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Dude, there might not be anyone down here if they just casually let us land. Either that or they're gonna have a huge welcoming party for us. What a crazy fucking game. What an absolute fucking crazy game. It's both a mess and ambitious at the same time. I don't know.
There's no one here.
Told
I wasn't
you.
Expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegus's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't
Yes.
know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a Sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegus would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It's only gotta be in the Forbidden
It
Zone.
stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
Alright.
Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans. The capital
Oh, I
city
see. You
where
can leave
Shion
using
and
this.
Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
We didn't even need to bring him along, honestly.
So how many Renans actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles out here too, huh? Sounds
Of course.
like we can't afford to let our
Also, we're
guard
gonna have
down
wild
after all.
encounters. Alright, let's do it. I wonder, is this under other? Yep, other. Can't fast travel here though, so I guess the only way to get on here is to actually just use the ship. We barely even started doing anything. The Red Woman's been pretty busy, huh? She's just doing whatever the fuck she wants. Okay. I mean, the good news is they probably won't want to fight us then. They got their own massive problems. So, can't really complain about that.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
Probably when they shifted the
When
whole
Lenegus
shape.
changed shape,
They didn't care.
it must have had an effect on the interior.
They tossed
too.
everything around. They didn't give a shit.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
Yeah,
I
fuck
would
those
think the
people.
citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Oh shit.
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you!
What the fuck? Hold up. What? My thing just went out. That's not good. I'm scared to deactivate it. Let's see if it comes back in a minute. What the fuck? That's great. Okay. Even my Elgato doesn't want to do this anymore. Even the Elgato is like, bro, enough is a fuck enough. Alright, well, I might have to reboot my computer. Isn't that nice? I just rebooted it not even a few days ago. I might have to reboot it again because this thing wants to be weird now for some reason. Let me see, is something wrong with the fucking cord? Right? It's saying no signal. Well, I think we're done here because it's not messing with my thing over here. Are you fucking serious? I've been having problems with OBS lately. I don't know what it is. When I started this session, everything was like a couple pitches lower and slowed. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is... Oh! This usually doesn't happen, by the way. Usually when it goes out like that... Do I have sound? Yeah, I do. Holy shit. Usually doing that doesn't fix it. Okay. Never
Did you be
mind.
down on Dana participating in the crown contest?
That was weird.
People.
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana then?
Heard what?
I have no idea.
Someone you know?
Yeah, I was in his band.
Old friend.
Or his
Hey,
orchestra.
Dohalim. Don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her.
Yeah, she was
If
mad at
anything,
him.
She's probably even more...
Yeah, it's okay. We get it.
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Doe?
Doe, huh? Don't worry, we're gonna see her. Any other time you would say we're never gonna see her, but whatever.
Law?
I hate
What
you.
Avakir said is true. It would seem the people of Lenegus are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Yeah, he could just,
Right.
you know.
Then we'll leave it to you two.
That makes the most sense. What the fuck?
Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
Up here you are, yeah. You
What
better
could
get
be
used
so
to it.
important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
An afterthought.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right?
Yeah, like it was a
Must have designed
weapon
it to
first,
transform like
or a
this.
station first,
But
and then
then,
became a
if they
city.
knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this.
So why don't you guys live
It
on
makes you
Rena
wonder
is the
whether
bigger
city was just
question.
built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure
Because,
we
like,
will.
the two of them have never said anything about Rena, let alone if they've been down to Rena. So, my thing is, I don't know, maybe Rena is like just a desolate wasteland, and this is the only place that Brennans actually live. Or something weird. I don't know.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me?
It's
Could I
you.
really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First, Lenegis mutates beyond recognition. Now this...
Yeah,
unexpected
Sovereign's probably
visit.
full run again.
The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed.
Probably revived him. I don't know.
The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Okay. Strawberries in a chest? Alright, sure, dude. Are they at least, like, vacuum sealed or something? What the fuck? Oh, here we go. We can heal. Yeah, let's heal him. In all my years, never have I seen such potent healing arts. Fancy parfait recipe.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Which is hilarious, because I think he is just as good of healing arts. Like, regenerate's pretty good, honestly.
What a great honor it is to finally meet you.
I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
Oh, like you? Yeah.
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
Yeah, I don't think Renans can see her. Alright.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
Yeah, through the danger
You
district.
know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
What a bro.
Well,
We're never coming back to tell her, are we?
What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent. Which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah. That one guy even said Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned.
Yeah, it's a
Their
cult.
belief runs deep. Nothing
They're not
happens
actively
before
getting
they believe.
slaughtered, so whatever.
To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's
That's
grand
cool.
plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana?
Is it?
That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is.
Yeah, exactly.
Shion, have you ever been... No.
Here we go.
forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever
Ding,
been
ding,
there?
ding. I've been here
Hold up.
for a long
what are you
time.
getting at, Dohalim?
No one actually knows what's
Assuming
down
that
on
I
Rena.
believe to be correct. It's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual
Yeah, maybe
Rena
they have like a
homeland
mental
itself.
block that prevents them
No
from
one but the
considering
Sovereign,
this.
that is.
Holy shit.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena.
Who even knows who the Sovereign is?
Can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is.
Yeah, Volrun
Alpha
had
said
his
he was
fucking
forced
thing.
into
Like,
the role,
is there
right?
another guy, or is it just
before the
Volrun
ceremony.
plus?
But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though,
Yeah, but Volrun hadn't
it would
won.
appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into
Yeah.
all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No,
Hold on, is that a
I
typo?
just became, I was forced to.
A Dahanan.
A Danan.
A Dahanan.
100 years later, we crossed paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became
Yeah, they could just
sovereign
make anyone a
without winning
sovereign.
the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Gala
Yeah, he's
Terrace.
coming back.
Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions.
Bro, they're gonna have like a massive
seems
finale
remain
explaining
unanswered
everything at once,
until we
aren't
can
they?
establish the Sovereign's
Holy
identity.
shit.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
I mean, at least now they finally caught up with where I was. I was
didn't
light years
realize
ahead of
Renan
asking
possessed
that
their own
question.
kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Yeah, so Slodia.
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude.
And gladly, I
Yeah, that
guess.
sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Alright, the art of conversation.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation.
He knows how to carry
Look
himself.
imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alphen and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
Oh, I don't know what I
I
did.
wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
I'm telling you, this man is the center of the party, dude. Dude, I walked 5 feet. Holy shit, game. Let me at least pretend I'm playing a video
Left to
game.
run the show. I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, they're sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords. were
Renna's
sent to
probably a
Dahna.
living sovereign. It's a living planet.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now.
Nah, they're sociopaths. They wouldn't care.
Almadria and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dahna.
Yeah, that they're dead.
Which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Alright, Renans and their lords. Probably backstory, more than anything. Talk to people who support the lords. Well, before we move on, let's do it. Why not? You want to know which lord I support? Why? Are you out canvassing? I'm with His Excellency Erwolsi Teldilis. You probably know him better as Lord Balsef. Well, a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House Teldilis doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve will be the first to admit that. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of that we can be sure. His efforts in the Crown Contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house. I owe so much to His Excellency I could never dream of serving any other lord. So he's really like family. He will help anyone who works with
Balsef had it in
him.
him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
Yeah.
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Cool. Oh, Dohalim, you've returned. I see you brought aids with you. Remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes? Not only do I support House Ilkaris, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship with any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. Since the lines appear to have been cut due to the recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. I'll just read them aloud. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed House Ilkaris, and his name, Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. The scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture, why the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Renna shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory morning, noon, and night. What'd you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into it, hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lord's love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lines are down to a pendant. Only then will my masterpiece be complete. He didn't even need to say anything. She just went on.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Never had to think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkyris. What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or that dreadful Lord Almadria, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I have come from a family that served House Valkyris for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all that I can to support Lord Ganabelt behind the scenes so that he might emerge victorious. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. But I won't deny that he can be strict. He puts Renna's interests front and center like no one else. Why he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonizing Dahna and expand our horizons. That way we will become masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dahna's surface. which is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all of our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above others. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my 2 sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. As their father, it fills me with endless pride. So they have the lie going that they're
Ganabelt was so horrible to people.
they're minorities.
Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed.
I mean, they are, but
Doesn't
presumably
it seem
that they're in the
so
weaker
inconsistent?
position.
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
I mean, yeah, but whatever.
That to us Danans.
Because if you don't have someone to rule over, you don't rule over anything. Wowee! Oh, okay, good. There's
This
more
area
here.
doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Oh, this guy's got it.
The effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Alright.
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Kynaris. I must ask that you depart at once. Surely you don't wish to. Sure, you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almadria. If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you to listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in the history of Lenegis only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almadria quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. Not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for... She murdered everyone! What the fuck? She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almadria is a woman of talent. No one in all of Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Soon the glorious age of a woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last. She just murders everyone. Alright, good to know.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief,
Yeah, the absolute definition of might makes right.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
yeah.
Oh shit, okay, good, we're done.
Ridiculous.
How loathsome. I'm just reading about Volrun. Can I help you? I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Urwagal Hildress myself. Were it not for a sudden death down the surface, I likely still would be. In my eyes, Lord Urwagal was the true Water Lord. I don't believe for a second they say he perished in some accident. As for how Volrun runs Gandalf Harrows, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans, but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where to the victor go the spoils, while his actions go against what we as a people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this House Ignisari of his anyway? Never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. That such a an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense, not to mention all the upheaval around here as of late. What is happening to our people? Yeah, so he's probably experimented on.
Seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
They boosted him there.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Gannett Harrows changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
Outside my borders, didn't care. I can't move, by the way.
Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
Yeah. That's why, because
Think
it's the
about
end of the
it,
cutscene.
the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you, because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah, y'all fucking crazy.
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others.
This is a nice picture, by the way.
Circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible, I'm not trying to dispute
But they're
that.
not like machines
same
bent
time,
on destroying
they weren't
everything. Yeah.
incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is,
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Wow.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
not at all.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Alright, good. That one's pretty much free. That's probably why he doesn't give you too much. Alright, so Alphen has his Faster Flaming Edge. Let's do... We'll get Flaming Edge Burst. Increase melee damage. What is defense? Yeah, sure. Okay, that's good for her. Attack plus 50 might be a good thing. What else is I going to get for her? Not really much. I don't have her titles are probably the hardest to get, so we're just going to have to squeeze by. There's not really too much I could do about that, so... Alright.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous
Yeah,
contest.
does anyone even know who it is?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cyslodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
I guess over Holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting.
Yeah,
Lenegus
no
from
one
Motherland,
returns from
sovereign or
Rena.
otherwise.
It's a one-way
That
trip.
never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelegion, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they?
Probably dead.
Quite frankly,
They're dead
I'm
for
not
sure.
even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Yeah, so probably the dark truth about the fucking crown contest is that whoever wins it probably dies and, I don't know, gets turned into a Master Core or something, gets absorbed into one. Probably trying to build the perfect Renis Alma that they could then use to do something, I guess. Well, that time I got to run a little bit. Oh no, it's you.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
She's not gonna fucking kill
What the hell are
him.
you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait.
Unless he
sins are
doesn't
legion.
do anything.
Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Bitch, you crazy.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else.
Why do we even stop to listen to this, Karen?
You're just a coward!
No! Oh, that's good. This is a good one. She'll get possessed by the Red Woman or some crazy shit. It's like the collective unconscious of like all of Rena or something.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
You know how many people we've killed so far?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Man, this guy looks so fucking cool, dude. Wait. Okay. You'd think we wouldn't say stuff like that to our friends this late in the game. Oh shit, look at that! He's using water arts. It's actually kind of cool. That's a nice touch, actually. Like, we need everyone to be focused. Don't cause her fucking heartache, man. She's gonna get downed in 2 hits instead of 3 now. She won't be focused. Yeah, my favorite part is where the tank of the party gets downed in, like, 2 hits. That to me is just, like, the fucking worst, man. Jeez. Oh, they're doing it again. Tofu? Oh, that's what we need for that quest, is it? How do you see quests again? Yeah, soft white fluffy objects. We need 2 tofu, so I guess it's an item you have to pick up somewhere in the world, meaning that you can't complete that quest until you go to Lenegis, which is more or less what I figured. So, all right, I'm gonna save. It's been a while. Something awful could happen, so there you go. We'll save. Like right out here. Something really terrible could happen.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah. It must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
This stupid charging cable is terrible.
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnigan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed.
Ah, yep, that's why she hates him so much.
Despite Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
Damn, that sucks. So why did he try to kill him?
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Yeah.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors.
Oh, were they both from the same house?
Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood
so he
a chance.
attacked them when they were trying to play music.
But
Fuck.
he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Yeah, like something good came from this.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
I like his plotline. It's a good plotline, actually.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, like I like his interactions with everyone. I think that's kind of cool. It's rare to have a character like him in a Tales game. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Alphen.
Yeah?
I
And
never
he's gone.
appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I mean, would it not have been possible for Dohalim to grant her exemption as well if he became a lord? Like, did he was trying to kill him really the only way
I
forward?
see a medic and supply officer over there.
Oh, sweet.
If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Yeah, the fucking other dude couldn't travel here. All right, well, there's not really anything to heal. Like, we haven't done anything. We haven't fought anyone, so. Manage the ranch? Now, how would this even work? Yeah, for some reason I'm getting a bunch of rats now. So maybe if I put on another cat. I mean, I don't know. This system never felt like it was used ever, so what do I know, man? Okay. There's no reason to create accessory. There's nothing else to do. So like, what the fuck is the point? Oh, hold on. Gladius Renee. We need Rending Titan Fangs for all this stuff. Assault Shot. Caduceus Renee. Yeah, it's a bunch of Rena weapons. Maybe this is the rare book. Maybe we finally reach the end. Well, the only one I can get is this for Dohalim. So hopefully some good comes from it. I'm gonna equip it on him as well. Okay. Outfits. There it is.
You guys checked your equipment lately?
I mean, I'll save now, I guess. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. Hopefully I don't actually need that money in about 30 seconds. That would be pretty bad. Yep. Hold on. Going back. Why are we gonna fight people? We have Dohalim with us. Okay. Let's rest. Yeah, you know, I don't know what dark mark makes it easier to. Oh, okay, that's why. Damn, but that roasted chicken looks good. Now I'm just hungry. What is it? Cuts duration. Yeah, let's boost the effect. Since we know we're directly about to get into a boss fight, let's do it. Makes the most sense. All right.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
No.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Oh, I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menancia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
Whoa! You could launch these fuckers? I guess so.
They want to fight, they got one.
I didn't know the move did that. I only got to use it on like hard enemies. Ah, fuck, okay. See, I don't really get to use my fucking moves anymore, which kind of sucks. Wow, that was boring as fuck. That move does nothing. Didn't I have Law hit this guy? Yes, this is like a baseball swing that can launch them. Alright, they just have a bunch of health. Alright. How did I fuck it up? No, I got it. I guess I probably should counter the enemy art cast. I actually took a picture of Alfred's face during this. It's fully animated. Like the attention to detail on that is actually really high.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Yeah, obviously. Alright, let's go back and we'll save again. Or not save, we'll heal. Wasn't much. It's just a bunch, like, these dudes are, like, kind of fair. I didn't know that that move was a launcher, though. Yeah, this move is a launcher. Like, you can use it to launch enemies into the sky. If they're broken, this move will launch them. The problem comes from the fact that this move itself is very slow to wind up. So good luck trying to fucking launch someone with it. I'm not gonna eat again. There's no reason to. But that move alone will launch someone into the air if it breaks them. Okay, cool. Alright, well obviously we gotta see what's over here.
What's with that shining foe over there?
I have no idea. I actually don't know what it means. I really don't. Oh, fuck. Fuck you. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Nope. I'm guessing I had to go this way then. What? That's not...
I won't show you any mercy. You got spirit. Try this.
Excellent. Thank you. That's why I really don't think that Swallow Blade's that good anymore, because at least this kind of continues off of that, and it doesn't take as long to use.
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah.
Got it.
Commander of Heaven.
That dodge was completely coincidental.
Say no more.
Oh shit, there you go. I fixed it. You can correct. You have like a couple of seconds to do it. Your next action doesn't cancel it.
In an instant.
Yeah, see. Average encounters are not anything special.
I'm ready for the next battle.
Oh, they drop Grape? Oh, and they also drop the Rending Titan
Soldiers
Fangs.
don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to fight this.
Let's dispose of this.
Okay.
Crash.
Isn't this just the big mantis from fucking Cyslodia again? Or Calaglia, sorry? There's nothing different about this guy. Yeah, I like that move. I like all of these moves. Well, good thing I got healed right there. See, now the charges are just too short, in my opinion, to really have a chance of fucking stopping them. Now it's like a quick time event with no indication. See, that's probably not a bad move. Oh, shit. Yeah, we rarely get to see this. I like this one.
Consuming wildfire. Water, hear my call.
I mean, that's your stagger, I guess. That was the fucking move? God damn it. Don't worry, I'm sure this guy definitely respawns. So this is totally a fucking replayable fight. Which is why I really don't want to fight too many of these guys. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I canceled my move. That's not fine. I get it. Yep. He moved away. I was scared I was going to drop it, but it kind of worked out. There's not really much of a tell on the fucking charge move. You kind of just have to not be doing anything else. Which I'm fine with. I don't care. At this point, I'm spending all of my money on orange shells, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Surprisingly, this boss is actually big enough that it pushes you out the way of its attacks, which is kind of nice. No, okay. Oh, no, it worked. It didn't say it, but it worked. Beautiful. Bonk. Beautiful. I like that. I like that move. It's like a home run hit.
Make new weapons with this.
It's like the home run hit from Darksiders. Did I get this? There's a pineapple gel? I guess I did, right? So what's over here to the right? It's a move that you use purely for style and nothing else. I don't really care about that. Well, I should fight them for the items, right? I guess so. Let's fight them for the items. Not even really the gems. I don't really care about any of the gems or anything. How is she already dying? Like, this is what I'm talking about, man. Wait, she is Tiger Blade? I'm getting fucked. Holy shit. But even I take more hits than her. I'm not mentally ready to do this, actually. Yeah, all of them are fast movers. Oh, fuck this. Let's just get the free. They're all fast movers, and Dohalim's thing is not really that big. We'll win. I'm not concerned about dying. Why is she fighting instead of healing? So I mean, like, you think I do questionable shit? This game's AI just does really questionable shit. Like, I don't understand why. Nice, okay, we got 3 of them with that. Stay away from my friend. What? Alright, extended. I love using that move. That move is the best move so far. Okay, 3. I like that shit. I really do. I just wish that, like, the AoE for Dohalim's thing was bigger for specifically stuff like that, you know? Okay, Red Sage. You're gonna have 1,000 of these and you can't even turn them into money. Like that's the other thing. Like, if these were at least like 100, 200 a pop, it wouldn't be so bad. But whatever. Okay, and I'll use an orange gel. I'll use 1. We might come across one of those little puddles, so that's why I don't really want to use 2. We're gonna have to fight this, yeah. There's no way around it. Alright, we got all of them here. No, he jumped out. Never mind. Oh no, I don't have anything. Oh, that's right, I changed Mirage. Oops. Oops, I pressed it early. I didn't mean to do that. Right. I love his black outfit. That's one of the better looking outfits. He's one of the better Tails characters. I really genuinely think he has one of the better backstories, some of the better designs, some of the better moves. He's at least usable as a healer and stuff. Like, oh, he's dead. Okay, it's rare that enemies die like that in this game, actually. What the fuck is this stupid move? Yeah, you don't follow them after this. I mean, I guess it could be good, right? There's not like, I mean, like, there's not like a ton of moves to use, really. So maybe I should just keep using Mirage. Because, like, all this is a smack down to the ground. It doesn't, you don't follow off of that. I think that's my only thing is, like, there's tons of ground moves, I guess. Although some of them, I would argue, are actually terrible. And then there's only, like, 7 air moves. Maybe 8. Maybe I'm missing 1 air move. And then who knows? It's probably the best one in the game. But not exactly a category of tons of moves, you know?
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Damn.
Roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I don't want to fight that. I guess I'm going to have to. Let's see if I can pull some away. 21,000 gold. No, come on. Come on, you know you want to. Ah, I brought the whole thing. Never mind. Okay.
This one can't get out of sight.
What am I doing?
I see one, eh?
Where are you going?
Oh my god. Damn it. I was hoping I would get healed. I don't know why I expected to get healed there. I should have known better. That's on me. I was kind of hoping that the clutch heal would just show up and I wouldn't have to do anything. Because you can't tell people to use items in this game, or whatever. Holy shit! Yes, it is. Well, I mean, maybe not, because I think she would have canceled it anyway. And you thought Law used his all the time. I just need to stop dodging and just take as much damage as possible so I can get to my over limit. I don't know how much I like that move. It's okay. I mean, I guess it's faster and better than Devastation. What was the one I was using? Destruction. So it's probably a bit better. Dude, she's already back in it. There we go again. Like, I guess just over limits and Mystic Arts are just gonna become a regular part of normal fights. I was hoping I would break him. That was kind of stupid of me. Fuck me. Whatever. Wow. He just went right through his shield. It didn't even matter. See, like, shield enemies are fine. I don't have any problem with shield enemies. I feel like if you need to, you can go through them.
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
Alright, well, we got more or less everything we need. Let's give Law his thing. Sure, counter edge. Wonder if I should have saved before I did this. Usually they're nice and they throw a free boss heal, so I don't know. This will be a terrible start to a boss fight if I've ever seen one.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
Yeah, like they all get the same access, you know?
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the
I
Sovereign.
thought she had
and
silver
Maiden.
hair.
How
Guess
have you been
not.
feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
I love you already.
Maybe they're not like me.
God damn.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
And a ceremony they got. Holy shit. They got more than what they bargained for.
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
Yeah, pretty much.
How is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Dahnan astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
I
Yeah,
guess.
there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
I really don't think they look too alike, but
Even putting aside
sure.
the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Yeah, I really don't think anyone's on Rena.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp.
Yeah, it's
After
too
that last
quiet.
illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Yep, there we go. Oh boy, I'm excited. Are you excited? Can you even fast travel around Lenegus? Wow, yeah, you can. Basically back to the civilian park zone. That's pretty much the only thing you can go back to. Okay. Well, let's see what it is. Let's see how bad it is a better question. And if we need to go back and buy more items, because I'm basically full. At least grinding here wouldn't probably be too big of a waste of a time. I just think the experience gains are low, but whatever. Oh, it's gonna be her. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't wait. I'm here to kill you now, motherfucker.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
I have a car too, bitch. Oh, great. The weak point is the face. Well, I'm not breaking this. This looks like a Metroid enemy.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes.
Tormented limbs.
I've never known Faria to control Zugos like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
Yeah. I would assume that. This is a new type of enemy. I'm never gonna hit this thing. There you go. You can kind of stagger and make him bend over a little bit. Yeah, thank you for the healing. I'm glad it was showing up at some point this century. Yeah, I don't really think we're gonna break this just because of where the weak point is. You'd have to be in front and jump, and like, there's no way you're gonna be in front of this dude and not get hit over and over and over again. Like, there's no reasoning to get clapped over and over for no reason.
I'll take
Okay, well that's gonna cancel my move, but it kind of works out. All right, Mystic Art 1. I'm gonna say 5. Yeah, like you can't even really hit it. Damn, that okay. The finishing move is the move that fucking kills you. Oh my god. I don't have it. Oh lord. That was a charge. Wow, we actually did. Holy shit. Don't worry, it won't matter. It's not gonna do anything. I tried. What the fuck? That was funny. That was good. I'm gonna get healed, so I won't use an item. I should have used an item there. That was fucking hilarious. The Phoenix is all glitched out. I'm gonna save my thing for when the weak point comes. Oh, it's back. Okay, good. Okay. We love you, Xion. All right, here we go. 50%.
Consider yourself finished.
All right, here we go. It's time to back off. Yeah, that's why I would be fucking gone right now. Like I wouldn't be charging in, but there's no way to tell them not to. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna try. All right, let's do it. No, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I don't have enough time. I almost had enough time.
Scarlet Inferno.
That's a kill move. Might as well. See, I want one of them to use it. I don't want to use it myself. I'm in front of that. I knew I was gonna die. All right. Okay, he's gonna teleport to me, so I'm not gonna do anything yet. Yeah, he goes for you, so I'm not doing that. Let's use a pineapple. We need it.
This should do it. Shine, radiant light, regenerate. I owe you one. Rising Wyvern, soaring light sphere, shield and
See if we can use that. She died again? Oh my god. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous that she died already. Don't worry, he's not a difficult boss. Like, this is not hard. She's dead again. Holy fuck, dude. Now we're getting to the part where I really genuinely think, like, the best party member might be Rinwell just because she'll stay away. Is she getting rest? Yeah. Because, look, she just runs into it. She face checks this big attack, and it's a wonder that she dies. Like, what? Alright, we're about to get a lot of damage off of this. Yep, I had a feeling.
That move!
Here comes the big one!
Can you stop that? No. Especially not an over limit. So, whatever. It's just one of those things that they only go for you wherever possible. So, I'll just do this. Like, I'm not afraid to cheese. That's a little bad.
Here, let me help. Guardian field! You can have a hand. What I can do. Negative gate. All right. Let me out. Bloody
No, I land in front. Sometimes I want to land behind something. I don't really get that off. Oh, I'm dead. Yep, that's fine. I could use treats. I guess I kinda should, right? We could get people to stop dying. I'm just gonna have to buy life bottles. It's not a big deal. Again, 7,000 after a fight is actually good. That's 2 orange gels. That's nothing in the grand scheme of things, so I don't really care if I spend that much. So if the only person really dying is Kisara, and that's it, and we could just heal around it, then I don't really care, honestly. At this point, that's nothing. We're done.
Say no more.
Like I said, these fights are not as hard because you just have more options, more items, more everything. Like, we're not scraping by for money anymore. So now, ironically, at the end, the game is kind of easier.
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Oh, shit.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
Yeah, the other dude.
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzalik was the one who killed my brother. Under orders from
Yeah, Almedra was literally
As for
creeping on his
Tarnigan,
turf. Like, that's
if it
kind of
weren't for the crown
significant.
contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, you prevent
No,
any
the
further
opposite,
ones.
In fact, you remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always.
I feel like we've already talked about
And then you
this.
go
I'm
on
not gonna lie.
Not for those
I feel like this
already
game spins its wheels a
for those
lot
still
with the
alive.
character dialogues.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
Yeah, not the deads.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
Good.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.